Hi, class.
Hi.
Hi. Today we're going to be working on writing our internal monologue from a different perspective than our own. Does anybody know what internal monologue means?
Not really.
Okay, well, when you're walking down the halls at school, okay, you see a cute guy or a cute girl over there, and you think, oh my gosh, I really should have put on blush, or oh, I knew I should have brushed my teeth, they totally noticed. That's an internal monologue. It's something that you're saying to yourself from your own perspective, and it wouldn't make any sense to anybody else listening. And it's very one-sided. This isn't, I mean, if you want to get in an argument, you just go off of your internal monologue, and the person that you're talking to would be like, what? Because it's only your perspective that's happening. Okay, so that's an internal monologue. A lot of monologues have something called a theme, which we're going to be working with today. Who can tell me what a theme is? I can tell you if you don't know.
Does it mean like a story?
There are themes in stories, or songs, or poems, or anything. So, for example, Carrie Underwood's song, Before He Cheats, I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive. The theme in that song could be revenge, it could be bitterness or unforgiveness, or female empowerment. There could be a lot of different themes. And when she wrote this song, she probably had one theme based off of her perspective, but it kind of turns into something more when it's presented. So that's the theme. It's kind of the big idea. And today, the themes we're going to be using for our internal monologues are going to be based off of 8 different emotions. So emotion is going to be our theme for today. So I'll just hand this out so y'all can see which ones we're going to be working with. And I'm going to go ahead and define a couple of these, or actually all of them. So the first theme emotion that we're talking about is isolation, which can mean disconnected or alone. And you do not have to write these down. Sorry, I didn't say that. So isolation means alone or disconnected. I want you to be thinking about these and times you might have felt this in your life, because I am going to ask for all of you to give me an example or use the word in a sentence. The next emotion is excitement, positive outlook on what might happen in the future. Regret is wishing you could change something that's already happened. Desire, a strong want for someone or thing. Embarrassment, fear of what others will think or say about you. Rage is extreme anger. Desperation is when there's only one option left, one place left to turn to. Fear is uncertainty or powerlessness. And you all might have a different definition or example. So let's hear from a couple of you. How about Jim? You can pick any one of those, or a couple.
I desire another beer.
I desire another beer. Okay, that's great. Cindy?
I get excited about Christmas.
Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Beth?
I feel isolated when I'm not included at work.
That's a good one. Not included. Pete?
What were the choices?
Oh, yeah, you don't see the handout there. You've got regret, excitement, desire, excitement, rage, desperation, and fear.
I get excited over football games.
Yeah, blood pumping, what's going to happen next, anticipating things. Okay, so now I'd like it if you all could participate in this activity. I want you to just pick one of those emotions and write it down on your paper. Just pick one that you like the best, or that intrigues you. And some of them you might think kind of go together. So you can pick one but kind of be thinking about another if it tickles your fancy. Does anybody need more time?
We're just supposed to write
One or two emotions.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'd like you to look around this room and pick one object and write that object down on your paper. And again, if you can't decide on just one, you can pick two, but mainly focus on one, and you can kind of think about that second one if you have to. Pick two. Anybody need more time? Okay, for the next couple of minutes, I'd like you to write one paragraph. You can do this from this object's perspective using the emotion you picked as your theme. So I'll show you what I would do real quick. I see this fan on the wall and I just think rage immediately. This fan is just getting passed by every day. Nobody notices it or appreciates the art, and it's ready to just burn itself up. So that's a terrible example, but there's one right there. So that's what I'm looking for. Write it in first person, meaning I feel this way because I am this, not it, but I. So you are that object. That emotion or two that you picked is your perspective. Right.
I've got one.
Good.
You can tell me if I did it right. So my emotion was excitement,
Uh-huh.
and my object is the clock. But I was thinking how clocks are a big part of football games, and I'm
So
excited.
relating it to that. The clock might like
Yeah, like I'm excited because the clock is running down and our team is going to win the football game.
Yeah, so the clock might be thinking, I'm
Well,
about to tick-tock, tick-tock. I hope this team
Yeah,
wins the
nobody,
ball."
you either love or hate the clock.
That's right.
Really excited in a good way or a bad way. So the poor clock can't control his own destiny.
But in a way, the clock's always excited because one team will win. So somebody will
Oh
win
yeah,
the
so
clock.
if the clock could be excited, it would be excited.
All right. Let's see how you guys are doing.
I guess I'm done with mine.
I am too.
Well, the rest of you are finishing up. Let's just rephrase. Pete chose the clock and excitement. Cindy, what did you choose?
Well, oddly enough, I chose the clock, but I chose embarrassment.
Okay, and what did you choose, Beth?
I chose the clock and I chose isolation and fear.
Oh, Jim?
I had to do different, I chose the keyboard.
Oh yeah, and what was your
Yeah,
theme?
it was excitement.
Okay. Does anybody want to share theirs?
Sure.
Okay then.
I wrote that as a clock, I feel isolated because I adore on the wall alone, and other than providing the time, no one pays too much attention to me. I fear that I will be disposed of when my parts wear out, my batteries die.
Oh,
Very good.
that's awesome. I love that. That was great. Cindy, you look pretty excited about yours. Actually, you can say yours in a second. I just
Okay.
want to add one more thing to these internal monologues that you guys completed. That the next step we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to add an audience, and so we're not going to be writing as an internal monologue. It's going to be a monologue to somebody. So imagine how your monologue could change potentially if instead of talking to yourself, you're talking to another object or another person.